Alright folks, welcome back to the channel. Today's video is an update video. Last year I paddled Debar Pond and I told you the state's plan for this lodge behind me. It wasn't a good plan. They wanted to demolish it. But since then there's been some movement and many groups that have been involved to save this lodge. I'll give you that update, and plus I'm going to go out and paddle the pond again and get some fall colors in. Follow along. Alright folks, welcome back. This is my return to Debar Pond in the fall, and I'm going to take it as slow as possible to show you all the colors that surround me on this pond. And right down this way is where the lodge is. So very nice colors out there this time of year. That's why I decided to come here in the fall and do this update on the Debar Pond Lodge. If you haven't seen my previous video on the Debar Pond Lodge, I think it was late 2020, the Department of Environmental Conservation proposed a plan to demolish the lodge and all the other buildings on the property to create a intensive use area. Immediately, groups like the Adirondack Architectural Heritage, which I am now a member of, the Preservation League, other environmental groups, the town of Duane, Franklin County, immediately objected to the plan and asked the DEC to reconsider and look at other possible ways. So a proposed plan is now in place to save the lodge, and it's modeled on the success that these groups have had with other great camps in the Adirondacks, like the Great Camp Sagamore. The plan calls for the Debar Pond Institute, a nonprofit group, to take possession of the lodge and the 6 acres that surround it with all of its other buildings, and in exchange they will donate over 400 acres to the state to be added to the forest preserve. Sounds like a simple plan, but there are steps that we need to take in order for this to succeed. So like anything involving state government, there's red tape and all sorts of hurdles that you gotta jump. So in order to allow this land exchange to take place, there requires multiple steps, and legislation must be passed in 2 sessions of the state legislature, and then it must be approved on a statewide referendum. The bill initiating the process has already been introduced and are both in the Senate and the Assembly. Now, once the Debar Pond Institute gets ownership of the property, the public will retain access to the hiking trails around Debar Pond and to the waterfront. The state plans to build a new parking area and trailhead to facilitate public access. Conservation easements will include the deed to ensure public access and the preservation of the lodge and the other buildings there. So we are still a few years away, because at the time of this video, the bills are still in committee. They need to be acted on soon, because that lodge is running out of time. There's been no repairs or updates or anything done to that lodge in over 20 years. And the longer the lodge sits there, the more it will decay. So I'm hoping that this is the October of 2022. I am hoping by May of 2023, the bills have gone through the Assembly and the Senate. And remember, it takes 2 sessions of the state legislature to do this, and then it would have to be, probably the earliest anything could happen would be 2024. So, because it has to go through a statewide referendum too. So it's getting there. It takes time, takes hurdles, takes red tape, but we're getting there to save that lodge. Because I'll tell you what, I would love to have millions in the bank, because I would be telling the state, listen, you can take ownership, let me go in and just put a roof on the damn place so it doesn't leak anymore, fix some windows, not necessarily fix it up for a livable lodge, but just to keep it from decaying anymore. But that's how New York State works. But isn't it absolutely, it's a great day. It's about 68 degrees. The colors are in full bloom all the way around the pond. And I knew they would be. That's why I decided this time of year to come up and do this update. But I'm going to paddle around a little bit more, take some more pictures of the lodge, and hopefully these bills for the land exchange get through and onto the governor's desk, so whoever the governor is after November can sign them, whether it's Hochul or somebody else. I don't care. We need to save the lodge. Alright folks, you watched all the way through. Thanks for that. If you liked the video, make sure to give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, click the subscribe button down below. Continue to follow the adventure. And remember, folks, tomorrow is no guarantee for any one of us. So disconnect from that Wi-Fi, connect to this out here. You won't be disappointed.